The new Wall Street Journal poll shows the GOP getting a major boost from white suburban women ahead of the midterms, who make up 20% of the electorate. This key group favors Republicans by 15 percentage points. That's a 27-point swing from August. The shift not surprising. Democrats seem to be asleep at Biden's events.
So you with me? Okay. Come on, people, let's wake up. We got the President of the United States in the house. Come on now.
She's like my favorite Marge Simpson sister, right? Anyway, you know what I think, Katie? I think maybe women are tired of being called racist Karens.
Yeah.
You know, and having to like be like, okay, I'm for drag queen story hour. You know, they're just like, we're tired of this wokeism. And
I think there's a lot they're tired of. There's a few things here. You know, when Roe v. Wade was overturned and abortion was sent back to the states, Democrats thought this was their moment to keep female voters in their camp. But people started realizing when the temperature was lowered that it was simply available to the states to make their own rules, and abortion didn't actually change in a lot of the places where they want more unrestricted abortion. So that's one of the things. The other thing is, of course, the school issue. And the night before Glenn Youngkin won the governorship in Virginia, Randy Weingarten campaigned with Terry McAuliffe. She's now in Michigan campaigning for Gretchen Whitmer, who said that she didn't actually close the schools for that long.
Right.
Parents are seeing, especially women, are seeing that their kids are behind. They're seeing that their communities are not as safe. And I think they're sick of Democrats focusing on them as a one-issue voter in terms of abortion when there are other issues like inflation, crime, and education on the table.
That's a good point. Jessica, you're a white woman, or so you identify as. Is this more about married women versus single women? Because you have kids, that changes your filter. Suddenly it's about the price of baby food, not the price of an abortion. Abortion takes a backseat to applesauce. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, married women do also have abortions. So that is something to note as part of it.
I think that's a valiant point, Jessica.
Thank you.
They can be just as murderous as single women.
Oh my God. Sure. I'm not going to fall down the trap of saying also that women vote how their husbands vote, because we have seen, obviously, that has diverged in a number of elections.
Only the smart women, Jessica.
Just trying to get me in trouble, right, left and center here. So these were never our voters. They swing in and out depending on the election.
Yeah.
And 2020 had a really big name on the ballot. It had Donald Trump's name on the ballot. And that's how we were able to pick off so many white suburban voters who typically vote Republican. Dobbs, Katie's right. The timing of the decision, it felt when the momentum was going our way and you had the Kansas referendum, et cetera, like this was going to hold. But then conditions in the economy didn't improve very much, and crime became a superseding issue to where abortion is. So I don't think it's something that still isn't important to them, but you're going to have to rank your choices, right? You're going to have to pick a lane. And white suburban women, I didn't expect a 26-point swing, but they're picking a lane, and it's not voting on a social issue. It's voting on a bread and butter, one of those I can see it issues, like feeling that public safety is not up to snuff.
Yeah, man, Dana, it seems like those white suburban women like to swing.
Yeah, have you heard about that?
Yes. Yeah.
Show on Netflix.
Yes, but I guess it's really, isn't it mainly about the price of things, the inflation?
I also think something that happened right around then is that for women who often control like the spending of the household, going back to school is very expensive. You got the sports fees and all of the things you got to pay for. That was kind of shocking for them. And then you got to make the lunches and everything. You're like, wow, it's so much more expensive than they thought. I just feel that the Democrats wouldn't recognize a kitchen table if it hit them in the face. They've been talking about this forever. Like, this is not that hard. And if you think back to the year before and the midterms, New Jersey, California, New York, the Republicans were actually able to pick up races in a lot of those places. This has been coming. It's not something new. However, I picked up something that you might like today. So we've been talking about Oregon, and it looks like at least a few of the congressional races might flip to Republican, but also the governor's race. And there was a woman, a mother, who was interviewed, and she said her big issue is the following. What's your favorite word that you use?
Problematic?
Nope, it's brown.
It's brown?
Yes, what's your favorite emoji?
Poo.
Yes. She said her big issue is that she does not want to take her kids to the independent bookstore downtown and have a guy defecating on the sidewalk in front of her children. Like, she's had it, that's enough. And I think that women
Yeah.
are. She should toughen
She should calm down.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
I'm the calmest I've been in weeks, by the way, from my day off.
No one should
you're
see
also a white
that.
woman.
No one should
Urban
see that.
white woman.
And overeducated to boot.
Very too overeducated.
Jesse, I hope at this point that you come up with an analogy that will make all of us uncomfortable.
Well, no one knows white suburban women better than I do. I know them better than they know themselves. Jeep Grand Cherokees, Italian food, Starbucks,
Lululemon.
J. Crew.
Yoga.
I mean, Dave Matthews Band, Lululemon. I got it all down.
Dave Matthews Band, you're stuff. That's disgusting.
And you're right. They do swing. They're up for grabs. They voted for Trump at first in 2016 because he was exciting. And then all hell broke loose because he was too controversial. They don't like too much controversy. And then the quarantines, the whole family stayed inside the house at the same time. That was way too much. So they just wanted to go back to normal with Biden. He said, we'll get us back to normal. And then he went radical left. And it was like whiplash for these suburban white women because then all of a sudden you get high prices and crime. And what do suburban white men want to talk about? The price of everything. The price of gas, home renovations. And then the suburban white women, what do they talk about? They talk about safety. They talk about schools and shopping, the prices of everything. So they get involved and everybody starts talking. And it's just not cool anymore to be a Biden voter in the suburbs. It's a let's go Brandon situation. It's just not cool. The only people in the suburbs that support Joe Biden at this point are weirdos and people with graduate degrees. So if you can just get things back to normal and be no drama, the white suburban women will love you.
Wow.
That really explained it.
Yeah, it certainly did.
It did. I know how you guys think.
I'm just letting it wash
You
over
guys.
me.
I know how you think.
Yeah.
Why are you calling them guys?
He doesn't see gender.
I don't. Or race.
No, that's true.